Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome to more Star Wars Battlefront. Today we're looking at the Battle of Jakku, which is a free DLC. For those of you that pre-ordered the game, you should be playing it today. For those of you that have not pre-ordered the game, that you should be getting this for free in a week's time. Now, this contains technically three maps if you count Fighter Squadron. But it contains two maps, which is this one, the Graveyard of Giants. One new game mode, which is, again, this one that you're seeing right here, which is Turning Point. And there is another smaller map that you get to play on some of the smaller game modes available in the game, like Blast, Droid Run, Drop Zone, Hero Hunt, Cargo, that sort of stuff. And that map is called Gozan Badlands or something like that. I think I might have said that wrong. So a couple of interesting things about this game mode. You start off, think of it as Rush in Battlefield, really, because it kind of makes more sense for you to think of it that way. And it's going to be easier for you to grasp what this mode is all about. You start off with three checkpoints, depending if you're defending or attacking. Since I'm attacking, I'm going to have to take one of them. You don't have to take all three, you can just take the one. Then you're going to be moving on to another set, which is going to be two. Then you're going to be moving on to the next set, which is going to be just a one final flag to capture, or zone, or MCOM, or whatever you want to call that. And that's going to be it. Well, the interesting at the end of that is, as you know, in Rush, things get really messy when you get to that last MCOM and everybody's defending. Now, since you don't really have 32 players here defending, you only have 20, still, with the grenade spam and all that sort of stuff going on, it's going to be pretty tricky for you to take that last checkpoint. And the other thing which I find sort of interesting is, why do the rebels only have A-wings? There's a couple of A-wings that you can pick up on the ground, but I've never yet seen a TIE fighter or anything like that. So if you love flying in the game and you're a good pilot, then the only thing you have to worry about here is the occasional ATST and a couple of people locking you from the ground, but there is no actual TIE fighters on your ass. So you should be doing fairly well if you're a good pilot here. Now, a couple of sneaky things that I've noticed from this patch is, if maybe I didn't read the patch right, but the DL-44 and Barrage have been nerfed. The DL-44 is no longer a 2-hit kill, it's a 3-hit kill now. And Barrage just takes a little bit longer to explode, which is kind of making it useless now. For me personally, I've kind of stopped using it because it just doesn't make sense that you'd use it anymore. You'd use it to get out of a tight spot and all that sort of stuff, and it's not really doing it for me anymore. So I guess all that complaining and whatever, it worked, and there you go, nerf completed. If you still haven't bought the game yet, or you're thinking of getting it, there's a link in the description to my G2A page. You're going to get it a little bit cheaper. And since we got a couple of minutes left, I want to talk about The Force Awakens. Now, I've been a huge Star Wars fan for years. I've watched all of them many times. And there's a couple of things that I sort of have my own theories on, that what's going to happen in this one, what's going to be the plot, what's the story, and that sort of stuff. So hopefully there'll be some of you Star Wars fans out there will be sort of throwing out your own theories of what's going to happen in the movie. And this is going to be pure speculation, but hey, why not just have a little speculation, and hopefully some of that might come true. As for facts, we know there's going to be 30 years between Episode 6 and Episode 7. And we also know that Luke Skywalker is the last of the remaining Jedis. Now, did he go in those 30 years throughout the galaxy and looked for apprentices? Well, not apprentices because he's not a Sith, but Padawans, should I say. Did he go around trying to rebuild the Order? Did Leia and Han Solo get married and maybe have a kid of their own, and then Luke will take him on as a Padawan learner? Or did he just simply retire in exile like most of these masters before him? And if you remember Obi-Wan, at the end of Episode 3, he basically heads out to Tatooine to look after it, you know what I mean? So it's one of those things where the Jedis do tend to go in exile a lot. I don't know why, but they do tend to do that quite a lot in a lot of the movies. And Yoda goes into exile, and there's just so many of them. Just exile seems to be just the way to go for the Jedis. If you fail doing something, that's it, my son, you're into exile. It's just that simple. So there's so many other questions I have. We know that the new characters will have to be introduced in somehow, and I think this is going to be the last one for the original actors that we know of. Obviously Han Solo, Leia, Luke Skywalker, they're getting pretty old, so they're not going to be able to make, maybe they're going to make another movie. They can still sort of go around doing that, but they're getting kind of old a little bit, and it's going to get increasingly difficult for them to be in the movies. But never say never. You never know what's going to happen these days, and you might see Luke, Han Solo, Leia, everybody come back for episode 8 and episode 9. You can film stuff in your bathroom nowadays, and they can just put it together, and it's going to look pretty cool in the movie. As for a shocking plot to episode 7, what if Han Solo and Leia did get married and had a kid, and Luke took him on as a Padawan learner, and eventually in those 30 years, it will turn to the dark side. What if that were to happen? You think that's going to be shocking enough for the audiences? Well, we'll just have to wait a couple of more weeks and then we'll just see the movie. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video. Go ahead and post a comment. Let me know some of your theories about what's going to happen in episode 7. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, post a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one.